Welcome to today's ceremony, and thank you so much for attending. This is a wonderful turnout. I'm honored to be speaking with you today on such an important occasion. We're here today to honor our service members and to remember their sacrifices they have made and the courage it takes to defend honor, duty, and country. French writer Michel de Montaigne once said, "Valor is stability, not of legs and arms, but of courage in the soul." We're here today to honor our heroes, to remember their achievements, their courage and dedication, and to say thank you for their sacrifices. Thinking of the heroes who join us in this group today, and those who are only here in spirit, a person can't help but feel awed at the enormity of what we are encountering. We stand in the midst of patriots and the family and friends of those who nobly served. I would like to personally thank you for answering the call of duty. You have made our armed forces the most respected in the world. The service members we honor today came from all walks of life, but they shared several fundamental qualities. They possessed courage, pride, determination, selflessness, dedication to duty and integrity, which are all the qualities needed to serve a cause that is larger than oneself. Many of them didn't ask to leave their homes to fight on distant battlefields. Many didn't even volunteer. They didn't go to war because they loved fighting. They were called to be part of something bigger than themselves. They were ordinary people who responded in extraordinary ways in extreme times. They rose to the nation's call because they wanted to protect a nation which was given to them and us that they love so dear. Again, I would like to personally thank all veterans that are present today and all those that are not here with us. We all know that all gave some, but some gave all. I am sincerely grateful for all the hard work that staff members and students have put into this event. To Mr. Chesley and the Veterans Day Committee of the East Woonsocket and Medway School Departments, thank you so much for putting this program together. I know in my heart these students are going to do a wonderful job to honor this extraordinary occasion. And although we might be only gathered for about an hour, the meaning and the gravity of this event and the selflessness of our veterans will live in this country and in our hearts forever. Thank you, and God bless America. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Bill Chesley, who will serve as our Master of Ceremonies and who is the head of our Veterans Day Committee.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to serve on the Veterans Committee. I think that it is important that we gather as a nation at least once every year to remember all of our veterans who are still with us and to pay homage to those who have laid down their arms. At this time, I would like to ask my colleague and friend, Mr. Todd Thurlow, to come and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. All rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for our national anthem.
By the dawn's early
opportunity to thank Ms. Emma Stanley and Mr. Mark Scally for all of their help with the music today. Over the last several years, we at Schenck High School, Opelmire, and Medway Middle School have resurrected a very old school tradition. When I was going through the East Willanaca school system in the 1970s and 80s, we had a Veterans Day assembly each and every year. Somewhere, I guess in the 1990s, the tradition had kind of fallen into disrepute, or it wasn't done anymore. One of the things that I wanted to do when I came back to Schenck High School as a teacher was to be sure that our young people realize that the freedoms that they enjoy are predicated upon on the sacrifices of so many men and women. This year, my public speaking course was asked to select a veteran, write a brief biography about that veteran, and pick a poem in tribute to that veteran. At this time, I would like to acknowledge Public Speaking 101. Let's give them a round of applause. Our first speaker is Ray Abu.
My grandfather, James Dean Boudin, is from Unity, Maine. He was born on January 25th, 1952, to Amber Carleen Mitchell Boudin and Jean James Boudin. James spent his early life in Unity. When he turned 14, he attended Mount View High School. James graduated from that school in 1970. After graduation, James went straight into the workforce, working in construction for a couple of months. James then decided to follow in his father's footsteps by volunteering for the military due to the fact that his draft number was 2. This meant he was very likely to be drafted. He was very pragmatic and decided to enlist before his draft number was drawn. James enlisted on April 5th, 1971. He decided to serve in the Navy, where he worked on a nuclear submarine, the SSBN 609 Sam Houston. James was in the Navy during the Vietnam War, serving in multiple areas, including the Mediterranean Sea and the Arctic Circle. James ended his military career with the rank E5 second-class machinist. James separated from the Navy in 1975. He returned to Unity, where he married Brenda Ashton. They are the parents of 2 sons, William Boudin, my father, and Shane Boudin, my uncle. Currently, my grandparents are living in Florida, where they work in the construction business. A Twilight Song by Walt Whitman. As I sit in twilight, laid alone by the flickering oak flame, musing on long past war scenes of the countless buried unknown soldiers, of the vacant names as unindented airs and seas, the unreturned, the brief truth after battle, with grim burial squads and the deep-filled trenches of gathered dead from all America, north, south, east, west, whence they came up, from wooded Maine, New England farms, from fertile Pennsylvania, Illinois, Ohio, from the measureless West, Virginia, the South, the Carolinas, Texas. Even here in my room, shadows and half-light and the noiseless flickering flames. Again, I see the stalwart ranks on filling, rising, I hear the rhythmic tramp of the armies. You million unwritten names, all, you dark bequest from all the war. A special verse for you, a flash of beauty long neglected. Your mystic roll strangely gathered here. Each name recalled by me from out the darkness and death's ashes. Henceforth to be, deep, deep within my heart, recording for many a future year, your mystic roll entire of unknown names, or north or south, embalmed with love in this twilight song.
Thank you, Ray. Our next speaker is Seth McDonough.
Julian Michael Zavo was born on August 11, 1984. He is the son of Karen Boynton and Julian Zavo. He grew up in both East Millinocket and Medway, Maine. He attended Opelmeier Elementary School, Medway Middle School, and Schenck High School, where he graduated in 2003. After his high school graduation, he volunteered to join the Army National Guard at the age of 23. The main reason he joined the Army was because he felt the calling to serve his country after his brother Benjamin Boynton had enlisted. He was also inspired by the events of 9/11. He attended basic training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and after finishing basic training, he immediately began AIT, Advanced Individual Training, also at Fort Jackson. With his AIT behind him, he returned home to serve in the 152nd Maintenance Company located in Bangor, Maine. Julian has received annual training in the woods and shops in Camp Doge, Iowa. After 4 years in Bangor, he transferred to the 126th Aviation Unit, also located in Bangor, Maine, to become a 15T MOS. After a year with that unit, he transferred to the Aroostook County's 185th Engineering Company in reclassified as an MOS at Fort McCoy, Wisconsin, to become a 91L construction equipment repairer. He remained a part of the 185th training site-wide until 2020. In 2020, he made a big change when he jumped on a deployment with the 172nd Infantry Company of the Remain, where he spent training in the Vermont mountains, sleeping in foxholes under the stars, doing rock marches, and eating emerald meals. He was then deployed at Fort Bliss, Texas for a few weeks, where he was outfitted with new gear, had medical appointments, and learned overall new drills. He served on the Horn of Africa, and after his deployment there, he returned to the 185th in Caribou, finishing his career with the engineers. His final trip was on a mission in Montenegro, where he had the most fun, and he was a great way to bring his time in the military to a close. Julian and his wife Lindsay live in Fort Kent, Maine, and he is the father to 3 children, Jacob, Zachary, and Beta. The Gift Outright by Robert Frost. The land was ours before we were the land. She was our land more than 100 years ago. Before we were her people, she was ours, in Massachusetts and Virginia, but we were England's, still colonials, possessing what we still were unpossessed by, possessed by what we now no more possessed. Something we were withholding made us weak until we found out that it was ourselves. We were withholding from our land of living, and forthwith found salvation and surrender. Such as we were, we gave ourselves outright. The deed of gifts was many deeds of war. To the land vaguely realizing westward, but still unstoried, artless, unenhanced, such as she was, such as she would become.
Thank you, Seth. Our next speaker is Autumn Rivas.
Sandra Perry Chesley was born on September 1st, 1964 in Lincoln, Maine. Her parents were the late Harley and Arlene Dicker Perry. She grew up on Bagley Mountain in North Lincoln. She is a 1982 graduate of Matamoros Academy, where she was an honor student. In 1983, she would volunteer in the United States Air Force. She did not serve during the time of war. Sandra's basic training was at Lapland Air Force Base, San Antonio, Texas. She volunteered to play in the base band, but she did not play on a daily basis. During her time with the band, she played the trumpet in a parade in San Antonio for the President of Ronald Reagan. When he came to the area on a visit, the president was heavily guarded, and Sandra remembers that there were snipers on the buildings above where the band played for him. During her time in the Air Force, she served as an administrative specialist, taking charge of the mail and working in the base library. She separated from the Air Force in 1987 and returned to her home in Maine in 1989. Sandra is a part of a long line of veterans. Her father, uncle, and cousin were all members of the Marine Corps. Her eldest brother also served in the Air Force. Her daughter served in the Navy. Sandra related that she did not want to attend college after graduation from high school, and that she also had a deep love for her country and wanted to join the Air Force. In 1991, she married William O. Chesley, who was an English teacher at Schenck High School, who also serves as the pastor of Chester Baptist Church. They are the parents of 2 children, Jessica Sells and William T. Chesley, and 3 grandchildren, Liz Asher, William Harley, and Joseph Arlene Chesley. Sandra has worked as a bookkeeper in the woods / trucking business. She is currently employed in the office of H.E. Haynes, Incorporated of Wynn, Maine, and serves as the director and administrator of the Chester Baptist Food Pantry. She also teaches Sunday school and serves as the church pianist. Dreamers by Schenck Sesame. Soldiers are civilized of death's gray land, drawing no divider from time's tomorrow. In the great hour of destiny they stand, each with his views and jealousies and sorrows. Soldiers are sworn to action, they must win. Some flaming, fatal climax for their lives. Soldiers are dreamers. When the guns begin, they think of firelit homes, clean beds, and wives. I see them in foul dugouts gnawed by rats, and in the ruined trenches lashed with rain, dreaming of things hidden with balls and bats, and mocked by hopelessness and longing to regain. Bank holidays and picture shows, facts, and go into the office of the trade.
Thank you, Autumn. Our next speaker is James Matarazzo.
Robert Grass was born on February 13, 1991 in Bangor, Maine. His parents are Louise and Robert Grass. Robert was raised in Medway, Maine. He attended Opal Minor Elementary School, Medway Middle School, MPT Region 3 Technical School, and graduated from Schenck High School in 2017. 2 years after his high school graduation, Robert enlisted in the United States Air Force. He wanted to serve his country and establish a career for himself. He received his basic training at Laughlin Air Force Base in Texas, and then went on to technical school in Keesler, Mississippi. Although he did not serve during wartime, Robert was deployed to Africa and the Middle East. Some places that he visited during his military career were Qatar, Germany, Spain, and many U.S. states. He separated from the Air Force with the rank of E4 and is now a civilian contractor for the Air Force, providing IT support for aircrafts around the world. Robert lives in Florida and is enrolled in college using his military educational benefits so that he can further advance his career in aircraft IT. The biggest lesson that he learned during his career in the military is that people shouldn't be afraid to speak their mind if they have ideas that will better the workplace. Even if they're new and nervous, or because their opinions differ from those of their bosses, new people often have a fresh set of ideas and should not be silenced because of their rank or position. In Flanders Fields by John McCrae. In Flanders Fields the poppies blow, between the crosses frail on road, that mark our place and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing, fly scarfs heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, sure days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw, the torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Fields.
Thank you, James. Our next speaker is Caleb Peavy.
Stephen Luther Ingalls is my grandfather. He is a U.S. veteran of the Marine Corps. He is the son of Robert and Fern Ingalls, who was born on December 9, 1949 in East Millinocket, where he grew up and continues to live. Stephen attended Schenck High School, graduating in June 1968. He was only 17 years old when he volunteered to join the Marines. He and his buddy Tom joined the Corps at the same time for something that was called the buddy system. The Ingalls brothers felt they had a duty to serve our country. While he was in the Marines, Stephen served a year and 10 months in the Vietnam War. They trained in many different places: Japan, California, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Stephen was a 0311 rifleman and ended his military career with the rank of an E4, which is a corporal. His brother also fought in the Vietnam War. This war wasn't like most. It wasn't continuous battles, although there would be prolonged fights. This was a very long war lasting over 20 years. My grandfather was wounded, which ended his military career early. He was awarded the Purple Heart, which is given to soldiers who had shed their blood on foreign territory. He also earned the Vietnam Medal, the National Defense Medal, and the Sharpshooter Badge. Today, Stephen is retired and is still living in East Millinocket. He married Antonia Buster of Medway in 1970. They are the parents of 3 adult children and the grandparents of 6 grandchildren. They live with their little dog Zeke. The Unknown Soldiers by Jim Fields. No one knows where they are, no one knows where they came from. They are unknown heroes who nobly gave their lives for their beloved country. Their heroic deeds prove freedom has a price and it doesn't come cheap. They fought bravely and stood firm with only one thought in mind: to stop and repel the enemy at any cost. Do not weep for the unknown soldiers, for they are with Almighty God in heaven, where they belong. When their names are called in heaven, they will proudly step forward with honor, saying, "Present God." God bless the unknown soldiers for that which they stood: honesty, courage, bravery, and grace. God bless America.
Thank you, Caleb. Our next speaker is Addison Freeman.
My love and service to his country. Born in Oklahoma, Woodstock, Ashton grew up in Medway, Maine. From a young age, she demonstrated a strong sense of purpose and discipline qualities that would later guide into life in the military. Ashton graduated from Schenck High School in 2021. During high school, he met a girl who would become an important part of his life. The bond deepened over time, and just before graduation, Ashton and Blake were married. Shortly after graduating, Ashton made the decision to join the United States Army. He had always admired the values of honor, courage, and service, and he believed that serving his country would help him become a American Army Navy. Feeling that the military could provide structure and purpose, Ashton enlisted at the age of 14. He began his journey with 3 months of combat training, followed by another 3 months of veteran and basic training. The process was demanding long hours, minimal sleep, and intense physical conditioning. Despite the change, Ashton pursued with determination driven by his goal of becoming a specialist and eventually a sergeant. Throughout his service, he commanded and worked alongside a team of approximately 500 troops, taking on responsibilities of leadership and teamwork. Ashton has served in the Army since August 2021 and is committed to continuing service through 2025. Ashton is currently living in Washington with his wife Blake and son Rowan, who is 2 years old. Thank you, veterans, by our mom. With courage and strength, you took a stand, protecting our freedom, guarding our land. Your sacrifice and heart, steadfast and true, for all you have given and done. From home to loved ones, we depart, serving our nation with a selfless heart. With deepest gratitude and sincere, dear veterans, for all your service. To families who stood by, strong and right, supporting their loved ones through every night. We reverence our love that lives in our hearts. Thank you, dear friends, for your vital trust.
Thank you, Addison. Our next speaker is Logan Toll.
My great uncle, Peter Fremont Toll, served in the Air Force during the Iraqi War. He was born May 6, 1953, in Lincoln, Maine, the son of Fremont Toll and Catherine Dunn Toll. He grew up in Enfield, Lincoln, Maine, graduating from Metamonica Academy in 1971. He worked for 3 decades at the Lincoln Pulp and Paper Company before relocating to Arizona, where he worked for the Delta Fishing Company. Uncle Peter volunteered for the Air National Guard because he always wanted to give back to his country and to fight for our freedom. The freedom of faith, the freedom of speech, and the freedom to fight for what is right. Uncle Peter served as a utility waste treatment civil engineer. He was inspired to join the military because he had 2 older cousins who served during the Vietnam conflict, Mary Dunn and Bruce Toll. His rank in the Air Force was that of Master Sergeant. He had been married twice. His first wife was Lillian Whitehouse. They are the parents of 1 daughter, Michelle Toll Harry. His second wife is Cindy Lundquist. They are the parents of 1 daughter, Sandy Toll. He is the grandfather of 3 grandchildren, Gordon Herrick, Cameron Herrick, and Oakley Toll. Today, Peter Fremont Toll lives in Madamasconas, Maine. He loves golfing and camping in the summertime. Thank you, Uncle Peter, for all the things you have sacrificed for our country and our way of life. The Kid Has Gone to the Colors by William Miller. The kid has gone to the colors, and we don't know what to say. The kid we have loved and cuddled stepped out with a flag today. We thought the child, a baby, would never care at all, but his country called him man size, and the kid heard the call. He paused to watch the recruiting, prior to the fief and drum. He bowed his head to Old Glory, and thought I had whispered come. The kid, not being a slacker, stood forth with patriot joy, to add his name to the roster, and God were proud of the boy. The kid has gone to the colors, it seems for a little while, since he drove the schoolboy army in a truly martial style. But now he's a man, a soldier, and we lend him a listening ear, for his heart is a heart all loyal, unscourged with a curse of fear. His dad, when he told him shut it, his mother, God bless her, cried. Yet bless the mother nature, she wept with a mother pride. But he whose old shoulders straightened was granddad from memory ran. To years when he too, a youngster, was changed by the flag for him.
Thank you, Logan. Our next speaker is Hope Fisk.
Today, I would like to honor Sheldon Mark Pennington. Sheldon was born in 1962 to Hollis and Irma Lalonde Pennington. He grew up in Whittifilock, Maine with his parents and his 4 siblings, Cheryl Pennington Russell, Scott Pennington, Michael Pennington, and Sharon Jean Zilli.
He attended school at Whitfield Elementary and graduated from East Grand High School in Danforth in 1981. He worked in the family business, Hannington Brothers Incorporated. After a few years, he decided to follow his heart and do what no one in his family had done before. He decided to join the Maine Army National Guard. He was enlisted on Friday, March 13, 1998. He had thought about enlisting since his junior year of high school, but didn't follow through because he felt duty-bound to work in the family business. In 2002, Sheldon was deployed to Afghanistan, and a year later, he was deployed to Iraq, where he served until 2004. He earned the rank of corporal during his time there. When conversing with Sheldon, I asked him what it meant to be a veteran. He said that he loves his country and felt that he needed to put the country first. He also related how he loves his family and how proud he is to have the opportunity to serve his country and to protect the American people. Sheldon and his wife, Jean Willette Hannington, live in Lincoln, Maine. He is the father of 3 children, Mark Hannington, Jesse Page, and Sarah Hannington. He is the grandfather of 5 children, Cash Hannington, Elijah Hannington, Morgan Hannington, Rachel Page, and Eva Page. We honor you today by Susan R. Smith. To all our veterans, far and near, we thank you for your service for all those years. You sacrificed your time and some gave your life. You preserved our freedom by willingly paying the price. Many of you were sent overseas. You were wounded in battle with scars and disease. But courageous and brave, you weathered the storm. You faced every battle with faith and beyond. We honor you with joy for all that you've done. You stood strong for our country, for our daughters and sons. So no one stands alone. We walk hand in hand. Remember, we are with you. Together we shall stand. We salute you today. Hear what we say. Let our words speak eloquently in this special way. On this day, let us express our love and thanks for the sacrifice you paid. You served in honor for many years and days, and we will never forget how you were strong and brave.
Thank you, Hope. My next speaker is Connor Adams.
In celebration of Veterans Day, I wish to honor my grandfather, Randy Magnus. He was born June 14, 1964 in Brockton, Massachusetts, the son of Kathy Magnus and Randy Magnus Sr. He was educated in the Brockton public school system and graduated from Brockton High School in 1982. Soon after graduation, he joined the United States Marine Corps. While in the Marines, he served as a helicopter mechanic for 7 years. He was stationed at multiple military bases, including California, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. After separating from the military, he worked various jobs throughout the years, and currently is a self-employed repairman. My grandfather has been married twice and has been married to my grandmother since May 11, 2005. He is the father of 4 children, 2 of whom are my uncles. Currently, he and my grandmother live in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. In his free time, he enjoys coming to Maine to hunt and fish. Thank the Veterans by Peter Vector. Together our heroes stand from all time, protecting and reflecting our nation's pride, from our fight of independence to our battles in Iraq. We'll fight together till the end, bearing arms in one hand and in the other our flag. You parade for our freedom, whatever the cost. United we will stand. Together we the people will serve till the end. No matter the enemies or allies we may have, we will not give up the cause for which we live. You fight for our land and our people too, and that is why today we say thank you. So fight the good fight for the ones you love, and keep our great banner soaring above. From the patriots of the Revolution and the commanders that fought in the world wars, to the soldiers today in Iraq fighting for the nation, and also to those brave and noble soldiers that paid the ultimate cost. So let's just take at least one day for the price that the veterans pay, to honor the brave and the courageous too, and most importantly of all, to tell them thank you.
Thank you, Connor. Our last speaker is Summer Rivas.
Jessica Marie Salas was born on September 10, 1984 in Bellevue, Nebraska, the daughter of Sandra Perry Chesley and John Salas. She's a stepdaughter of our English teacher, William O. Chesley. Her formative years were spent in Lincoln and Woodville, Maine.
She was educated at Ella P. Burr Elementary School and Mattanawcook Junior High School, graduating from Mattanawcook Academy as an honor student in 2003. During her high school career, she worked for River of Life Bible Camp and as a daycare worker at a nursery school in Lincoln. As a junior in high school, she chose early enrollment in the United States Navy because she wanted to experience the world and have real-life experiences before entering college. Jessica did her basic training at Great Lakes, Illinois, where she received advanced training in the Navy Medical Corps. She spent 18 months at the San Diego Naval Base, where she received further training as a medical laboratory technician. She was stationed at 29 Palms, California, where she was attached to a platoon of United States Marines. She was separated from the Navy in 2009. She served during the Second Gulf War as an E4 and ended the service just months after the attacks of 9/11. She carried on a family tradition of service to her country. Her mother and uncle both served in the United States Air Force. Her grandfather was a member of the Marine Corps, and her great-grandfather served in the U.S. Army. Jessica believed choosing to join the military was a way to dedicate her service to her loved one and her country. Currently, Jessica makes her home in Corinth, Texas, where she works from home. A Soldier by Brianna C. He says he's leaving. His gone about a year. He's headed off to fight the war, and his time is drawing near. I have no words of wisdom to ease our aching hearts. He'll be gone, and I'll be here, 1,000 miles apart. The danger that soldiers face, he knows it all too well. Still, he keeps our spirits up as our throat begins to swell. The morning comes all too fast. I'm not prepared at all, because I know there's a chance my soldier won't come home. My soldier is a strong man, one that's brave and true. He's not afraid of dying. He fights for me and you. So if you see a soldier, give him lots of praise. Tell him that you're thankful. You see the price we pay.
Thank you, Summer. At this time, I would like to introduce a gentleman that he really needs no introduction in the Medway, East Millinocket area. He's a native of Medway, 1973 graduate of Schenck High School, and served the 2nd Congressional District in Washington as our congressman. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Michael Michoud.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chesley. We really appreciate that. And I do want, we ought to give another round of applause for the excellent team. I think each and every one of you did an excellent job, and I really enjoyed listening to your stories of how you interviewed the veterans that you have. So thank you very much. And good afternoon. It's great to be here to talk about some of really important issues, our veterans, and what their service means to all of us. But before I begin, I'd like to ask a question for the students here. How many of you have a family member who served in the military, or maybe you know a veteran like a teacher, a coach, or a neighbor? How many of you? Quite a few. Well, that person that you just thought about, that's what today is all about. Veterans are part of our family, our school, in our community, all across this great country of ours. I've been lucky enough to work with veterans for most of my life. First in the Maine legislature, then in Congress, and later as the Assistant Secretary for Veterans Employment and Training under President Obama. My job was simple. It was to make sure when service members come home that they had the support and the respect that they earned. As a member of Congress, we get to take trips all around the world. All my trips have been to either Iraq or Afghanistan. And of course, being a member of Congress, we always have to meet with the generals and the State Department folks over there. One of the things I required every time I made a trip to either one of those countries was I wanted to meet also the foot soldiers, the service members who were on the ground. And one meeting stuck in my mind when General Smith actually was talking to the congressional delegation about what was happening in Iraq. I asked him whether or not they had the resources that they need for those who are wearing uniform over there. His response to me was yes, and thanked us for Congress for giving the resources that they needed. At the end, we all went outside to the post to take a photo, and someone with a much lesser rank pulled me aside. He says, "Congressman, we are not getting the services that we need." He suggested that I talk to the military clergy, which I did every trip since then. And what they would tell me was that service members would not go to receive some of the health care that they need because they were afraid that they looked down on or they might be kicked out of the military. Yet, the service members are going to the clergy. When I got back in Washington, I actually asked staff to look at what was happening with our service members and veterans. One of the interesting things, unfortunately, that I found out is we saw an increase in suicide rate among both the active duty military as well as our veterans. That told me that we were not taking care of those who have worn the uniform. And it is really disheartening. But Congress has since then stepped up to the plate and actually started providing more resources. Listening to some of the story about our veterans, I've also visited several of the hospitals to see our service members when they're in hospitals over in Iraq and Afghanistan and in Germany. And I remember this one trip I had, saw two Marines. One was 19, I think the other one was 21 years old. They both were in the same unit, and so I asked him how he was doing. Because they both got shot in the hip, except one of the Marines went through the bone. So the one that went through the bone, he put the biggest smile on his face and said, "I'm doing fine, a lot better than the guy that shot me." So it's, he said a few extra words in there, but I won't repeat them on the crowd. But one thing he did mention, and it talks about our military service members, is the fact that he wasn't concerned about himself. He couldn't wait to get out of that hospital bed, to get back on the field. He said he still has a job that he wanted to finish, and he couldn't wait to get out back on the field. Speaking about what veterans need and their families, when I first entered Congress, I saw how important it was to strengthen our investment to the veterans. The previous year before I got elected, when I looked at the Veterans Administration's budget, they had approximately $45 billion back then. Might sound like a lot of money, but when you look at what's happened with all the veterans since World War II, Vietnam, and beyond, since then, that wasn't enough. Today, the Veterans Administration has over $400 billion to take care of our veterans. And that's just a number. It represents a growing recognition that the sacrifices veterans and their family make each and every day, that we as a country have a responsibility. We share in that responsibility to take care of them, whether it's their health care benefits, retirement benefits, and give them the respect that they earn and rightly deserve. Also, I was talking with another veteran I met during my time in Congress, when he told me that something I'd never forget. He said, and I quote, "I may have left the military, but the military never left me." That sense of purpose, the drive to serve, stayed with him for the rest of his life. And when you meet the veterans here today, there are a lot here today, you'll hear different stories from each of them. Some were combat veterans, others were medics or engineers, but they all share one thing in common, a commitment to something bigger than themselves. And that commitment doesn't stop when they take off the uniform. Veterans keep on serving as teachers, business owners, mentors, and community leaders. Some of you might have seen here in East Millinocket over the last couple of years that the Maine Army National Guard has come through town with their heavy equipment 6 or 7 times to work on the mill site, help rebuild this community. And if you had a chance to go down there to see what they were doing, they were getting trained. I see some here in the audience today. When they were on the mill site, they learned how to utilize that heavy equipment. They get trained on that heavy equipment, so when they get deployed, they'll be able to use the training that they actually received here in East Millinocket. Plus, it saved the town a lot of money from going after grants and all the work that they did there. And they keep coming back. And that's why today is so important. One of the reasons why they keep coming back is because the citizens in this region treat them with respect. And I know when I was overseas that they had these MREs, the food containers they have to eat. So what we did every day they were here, we always provided food. Actually, Frank Kluge, when he was around, he started assisting us with creating lunch for actually here in the cafeteria at Schenck High School. And they really appreciated the fact that the citizens of East Millinocket take the time to provide them a good home-cooked meal as well. The other thing that a lot of them mentioned to me, and it shows us the importance of smaller communities, is when they brought all the heavy equipment in, they're all together. And thanks to Chief McDonough, when he knew they were getting off the interstate, he had the police officers hold the traffic and gave them an escort to the mill site so the convoys would all stay together. That shows a lot of commitment in small communities, because one thing that they've told me, a lot of them, when they're on the mill site, is they couldn't even get that out of some of the big cities here in the state of Maine. And it shows the commitment that this area has given to them, as well as the high school. I want to thank Schenck High School for allowing us to be able to use the cafeteria, but also the soldiers, they need to take showers and stuff, they're able to use the facilities here. So thank you very much for that. That's what service looks like. It's not just what they do overseas, but also here in this country. Now, here's some things I want some of the students to remember, is that you don't have to wear a uniform to serve. You serve when you help a neighbor, you stand up for a friend, or you give time to make your school or town a better place. Service starts with caring about something beyond yourself. To the veterans with us here today, I say thank you. Thank you for your courage, for your leadership, and for setting an example. And for students, again, remember that freedom and opportunities we have were built by people who cared enough for it, as well as some who had made the ultimate sacrifice for this great nation of ours. So I want to thank Mr. Chesley and the Schenck High School for putting this event on. I want to thank all the students for participating, and for the citizens of East Millinocket, and especially to our veterans who serve this great nation of ours. It's because of each and every one of you here today who have worn the uniform, and the families, you made this country what it is today. And the students here today, you see that example that you have set for them. And it's a very proud example. And I think as parents, we all be proud of what has happened here in this community. So God bless each and every one of you, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
on many occasions that behind the green and white, behind our school colors, have always been the colors of our nation, the red, white, and blue. And I want to personally thank each of our veterans who came out to celebrate with us today. At this time, I'd like to ask you to join me in center court. And I'd like to ask my public speaking course to join me at center court. By your service, you stood by the United States of America. This is our chance to stand by you.